Welcome to day 11 of your 40-day Mission-Minded Family Challenge. During this third week, you're going to focus on establishing a foundation for prayer in your home. The importance for us as parents to have a consistent quiet time, encouraging your kids in prayer, praying together as a family, and praying for world needs. If we want to make God known as mission-minded families, we need to take time to know God. Today is day 11, and a mission resource I want to recommend is the 5-part Hero Tales series by Dave and Anita Jackson. These are excellent for reading aloud in your family devotion time. Today we're going to be talking about Hudson Taylor, who is featured in Volume 1. In this week's World Geography Overview, we're learning where to find the countries in Africa, beginning today along the northern African coast: Western Sahara, Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, and Egypt. Go to lizardpoint.com for your first Africa quiz and go to joshuaproject.net to learn about unreached people throughout the world.
When Hudson Taylor was over 70 years of age, he paused, Bible in hand, as he said to one of his children, "I have just finished reading the Bible through today for the 40th time in 40 years." Okay, Hudson Taylor is known as a man of prayer. He was a missionary to China, but he was one who consistently spent time with the Lord. Because of that, he had a balance between the work that he did through the China Inland Mission and also his family. I want to encourage you this week in our 40-day Mission-Minded Challenge that you would establish your personal prayer time with the Lord. I want to read a little bit more from the Mission-Minded Child about Hudson Taylor. This is an excerpt from Hudson Taylor's Spiritual Secret. It says, "God was first in Hudson Taylor's life, not the work, not the needs of China or the mission, not his own experiences. It was not easy for Mr. Taylor to make time for prayer and Bible study, but he knew that it was vital. Well do the writers remember traveling with him month after month in northern China with the poorest of inns at night. Often with only one large room, they would screen off a corner for their father and another for themselves, with curtains of some sort. Then, after sleep at last had brought a measure of quiet, would hear a match struck and see the flicker of candlelight which told them that Mr. Taylor, however weary, was poring over the little Bible in 2 volumes, always at hand. From 2 to 4 in the morning was the time he usually gave to prayer, the time when he could be most sure of being undisturbed to wait upon God. That flicker of candlelight has meant more than all that they have heard on secret prayer. It meant reality, not preaching, but practice. Because of this, Hudson Taylor's life was full of joy and power by the grace of God. I want to ask you, what are you doing to establish a consistent prayer time with the Lord? Hudson Taylor had a specific time. It was between 2 and 4 in the morning. He made a specific place, even when he was, traveling in some remote place, that he screened off a little place and put his little candle on and had that time with the Lord. Another quote about Hudson Taylor that has actually, sometimes it's brought to me quite often when I'm trying to spend my time with the Lord and little things distract me. Hudson Taylor said, "The hardest part of a missionary career is to maintain prayerful Bible study. Satan will always find you something to do," Hudson Taylor would say, "when you must be occupied about that, if it's only arranging a window blind." We need to make sure that nothing distracts us from our time with the Lord. And I want to read this verse in context. Psalm 37, verses 4 and 5. "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. Commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass."